Hey everybody, it's Lee, and this is Let Us Say It For You.
And it's Big Mike.
Welcome.
In his house.
Welcome.
In his house.
We're in Micah's home today. And you will hear a few background noises. Micah's on the first floor, and the cars are driving by very closely. But listen, we're gangsta, and that's just how this shit goes. So, don't ask any fucking questions. I wouldn't hear any comments. There's a lot of background noise. We already explained it in the first 38 seconds. So, thank you guys for joining us. This is the final episode of 2019.
Final episode of
2019. And I am feeling a little nostalgic.
For real?
I think so.
Dang.
I feel some type of way.
Remember we were trying to get 100 subscribers on YouTube so you could change the handle?
It was a lot. I was posting.
It took like a week. Well, it's like it took 4 days. I feel like
it took me a long time.
No, it was 4 days. It was actually relatively quick. Because we had to ask people over and over, and we kept telling them why we need the 100 subscribers. Like, this is not for the clout. This is for the name change.
Right. Yeah, well, we got it now. It is at Let Us Say It For You on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's at Let Us Say It For You on Instagram, at Let Us Say It For You, just you on YouTube, LetUsSayItForYou.com. We have a website.
Mm-hmm.
Micah currently has on Let Us Say It For You hat. I have on Fit Bitch hat, another story. So thank you guys for listening. For everyone who's listening, this is your first time listening, and nothing wrong with it. Hello and welcome. There's so many episodes for you to catch up on. This is like episode 24, 25 at this point. Yep. We're up there. So thank you guys for joining us. So we have not done this in a while, I feel like. Right? Because our last string of episodes is with Carla. Shout out to Carla.
And that was the week before Thanksgiving.
That was the week before Christmas.
The week before, 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah, so that was
before I left.
Mm-hmm. And then we had 2 or 3 episodes from that, and so I used them, and that's how this happened. So we had to come together to to do this. Okay. How have you you've been gone for quite some time. I just saw you yesterday for the first time in a long time.
Jeez.
What have you been doing?
For those who know me personally and those who follow me or have been listening to the podcast, I'm from Dallas. So when I go to Texas, it's usually for a birthday, Christmas, some type of holiday, some celebration. I'm always in Texas at least 3 times a year. So my max of being away from my home is 5 days. I don't know what it is about being away from where I live, like home, longer than 5 days. I start tripping out. I'm a little bit more moodier. I'm just ready to go, lay in my own bed and just be in my own space. So I was in Texas we drove to Texas, me and my mom, 22 hours. We stopped 4 times. I took a picture at every state line, because I think it's hilarious how you could just
nice.
Go a little bit.
I do like that.
But for the most part, it took 22 hours. So that took most of my trip, because it's very long being in the car with her. But for the most part, right after that, I went straight to Orlando to be with my boyfriend's family. And of course, that was lit because everybody's the same age. We get to hang out. We get to play games. Shout out to them. I got a lot of unexpected love gifts. I don't remember the last time I got presents. That felt like Christmas Day. That was kind of overwhelming. I almost cried a couple of times.
You should have cried.
I just wasn't expecting it. And it's not, and I guess you think about Christmas over 21? Because I would say in college, I still got money. Mm-hmm. People still thought about me in that way. But after that, I don't remember last time I got a gift unless it was my boyfriend or my friends. I don't really count y'all. It's like we do it every now and then. We already know what's going on with each other. But for the most part, I got some very thoughtful gifts. So yeah, that was overwhelming. Being this age and feeling that again, that was nuts. I feel like I was 10 again. It's crazy.
Beautiful.
But it was a good time.
Bringing out the youths.
The youth in me.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to
How about you?
What show was that again?
New Girl.
That was Schmidt.
Schmidt was our favorite character.
We enjoyed
if you're trying to figure out what to watch on Netflix just to make you happy and not just be thoughtless while watching TV, watch New Girl.
New Girl's a good show.
Such a good show.
Micah put me on that. It was great.
Such a good show.
Yeah.
What you do, babe? We went on live. That was lit.
We did go on live. I'm sorry, I was looking. I realized my thing is still working. Oh, you know what I did not do?
What?
Turn my volume off on this. Someone was gonna call me and piss me off. Okay. What did I do? I've been up to stuff. Why is it always so hard to remember what the fuck I've been doing? So since our last shindig, I've been.
Oh, you did a
home,
podcast?
I guess I did. We did a live stream, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
We did that because Micah was obviously over yonder, and I was home. So we did a live stream there. That was fun. We're gonna try to implement some more of those.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I guess Christmas for me, I'm a mother. I have a 7-year-old, so Christmas for me has stopped being about me a long time ago. So I never really get gifts. My mom always, as a mom, just feels like she has to get me something, so it's really sweet. I requested a pot for Christmas, like a large pot, because I like soup a lot. I'm Jamaican, and my favorite type of soup is chicken foot soup. Yes, I said it.
Shout out to
the
Paige.
toes of chicken.
You and Paige.
Love chicken foot soup.
Chicken foot soup.
Love it. So I asked for a pot, and I got a pot. And that worked out. And then I bought myself a Galaxy Watch, because I do have an Android. And it's pretty fucking cool. I got it. Every time I don't move too much, this little person pops up and says, "Hey, get moving." I was like, "Will fucking do." Watch. So, that was cool. My daughter got all the stuff she wanted. My sister got what she wanted. And I bought my mom. My mom's name is Delia. So there's a Givenchy perfume named Delia. So I bought her one scent like 2 years ago. And then I bought her the other one, the other Givenchy Delia. And apparently this was the one she really wanted. I was like, oh, you could have got this 2 years ago had you said that. But
right.
Whatever. So she was really excited about that. And like I said, yeah, I don't really get gifts. And sad story, because I was thinking about that. I explained this to somebody recently. I think it was my boss. I was with my boss and my coworker, Veronica. And we were talking about Christmas gifts, and it was like with somebody that I was dating, one of my exes. I was with him for a while, and it was this one Christmas where like I was so excited. I bought him like this hookah thing. Like he really liked hookah, so I went and bought one of those expensive like hookah stand. The real deal looking ones. And he's asked me what I wanted, so I told him I wanted a new purse. And I wear Coach purses. Coach purses, you can get a nice Coach purse for like $200 and something. So I told him I wanted a purse, and long story short, he bought me nothing for Christmas. Like, nothing. I didn't get a card, some flowers. I don't even think this nigga hugged me. And, ever since then, I remember Tarsha came to my house. I don't know where he went. And Tarsha came over, and she was sleeping on my couch, so I tapped her. I was like, hey, bitch, I'll be back. She's like, where you going? I'm going to buy myself a fucking purse. And I still have that purse now. That was in 2015. So now I feel like I need a new purse. Like it's 2020. I need to get a new purse. But ever since then, the story of that is, the moral of that story is that from there, I stopped depending on people to buy me what I wanted. I just bought it myself. So like one Christmas I wanted an iPad Pro, I bought an iPad Pro. This Christmas I wanted the fucking Samsung headphones to go on my phone, and I wanted the Galaxy Watch. So I bought them. Right. I could not wait until Christmas to use them because I'm fit bitch now and I work out. So I needed the headphones to do it, and then I need the watch for the little person to tell me to get up. But yeah, so the moral of that story was I buy myself what I want for Christmas. It'll be great to have a thoughtful man in my life that will Carlin always gave me this. He always puts it on his Instagram that, when you were that type of dude, I guess, when you're with that kind of man, he'll hear you mention something, and
then he'll just get it, and
you'll just see it show up in your house. So from your mouth to God's ears, Carl.
Right.
I would like to meet him.
Shout out to that. Shout out to the thoughtful guys, who just pay attention. That's all. A way to a woman's heart is just paying attention to what she likes, and consistency, and honestly, just trying to think of how you can make her happy or make her smile. Like, what gift, what joy do you get out of making other people smile? And if you don't get much, then you need to look within, because Martin Luther King said service it should be our greatest attribute in life.
Amen.
It's to give.
Amen.
And that's not just with gifts, but I'm just saying,
With
service
everything.
should do a little something for you, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Go feed the homeless. Or
So
something.
right, so that was nice for you. And if with you because you were with your in-laws essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So with my daughter's dad, he and I have been together for a while now, but his parents always buy me a gift. They always get me a gift for Christmas, and they always give me a card every birthday. Every one of my birthdays, they always buy me a gift. So
Yeah.
shout out to them. Love those folks
I love them too.
dearly. Yeah, they so when my daughter's dad brought her back to me, they had the gift. He had the gift. He was like, "Oh, here's my mother," and I was like, "Of course." Because Carol and Ron will never leave me out. So I texted him, told him thank you. One of my favorite cups to drink out of is a cup that they bought me. So shout out to them. I love that. Yeah, so wait, hold on. We have a quick question. What if you're thoughtful but not consistent? This is from Malcolm.
Personally, I feel like it depends where your thoughtfulness goes. Because I feel like consistency, that also, I feel like it's too broad. Because in one breath, I could say, okay, yeah, you can be thoughtful because thoughtful people consider you to a certain degree. But consistency may literally be texting good morning every morning, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how I can
Well, okay,
put
I'm picturing
consistency.
it. So how I'm thinking about thoughtfulness. Thoughtfulness is I'm with you, and you know I want this Coach purse, whatever, and you heard me talking about it, and so it just shows up at my house because you went and bought me the Coach purse.
Okay.
But consistency is that I haven't heard from you in 2 days because you're busy, right? You're busy doing whatever or whatever. So I may not get consistency from you. And then honestly, it depends on what kind of consistency you're talking about. If you're talking about communication consistency, which is what I was referring to when I said it, then yeah, you can buy me what I want or give me what I request, but you're never fucking around, then it's still not gonna work. Like, it's not gonna do it for me. But if we're talking about maybe gift consistency, maybe that's some type of shit you want, then you can be both. It's just you got to figure that shit out. I think it's possible.
Or in the relationship, because when I'm not in a relationship, consistency I think depends on how much I like the guy. But if he's thoughtful, I'll remember him. Because remember, if we're dating, could be 3 or 4 of you, so everyone's competing for something, you know.
Niggas ain't special.
Y'all got different goals, you know. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's like you said, you don't hear from somebody in 2 days. Depending on how much you like him, if you're in that space, that may not matter. So when you get, that's what I'm saying, either in a relationship and you're consistent or thoughtful, or I'm just talking, because I feel like it definitely changes for me. I don't got to hear from a nigga for
well,
a
to
week.
answer it straight up, Malcolm, what if you're thoughtful? What if you're thoughtful like 8 times every 3 years? It's too specific. I need more thought process. What I can say is, if you're thoughtful and not consistent, we're gonna have a problem. That's just how I feel, because I'm thinking if you're thoughtful, like, okay, you know I like head. Let's get there with it. You know I like head, right? So you're thoughtful. You eat me out every time, but it sucks a lot. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. You're consistently kind of trash. While that is consistent, it's not good. You're not consistently good. So we will still have a problem. So I just feel like you got to be both.
We definitely do.
Don't let Michael get up. Don't shit.
All I need is one time,
But-
son.
Don't let her get on that soapbox.
You're out.
She's leaving you. So no, thoughtful and consistent. I would prefer consistency because I feel like if I have to pick one, I prefer consistency. I can deal with the thoughtfulness, or I can probably help you with that. But I would prefer a man that's consistent because this back and forth shit is confusing.
That's a little hard. It's
It's hard.
for me.
That's
very
really
hard.
That's a hard one.
I
to
guess in the
decipher.
grand scheme of things, it has to be consistency, because that's the only way things progress.
Yeah, nothing. It doesn't.
I could
work
be a
otherwise.
thoughtful asshole in a sense, right? I could be thoughtful in the way of not to argue with you on your birthday, but the next day I may go in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
And then you won't even give a fuck about the thoughtfulness because
right.
I'm back to consistently cussing you the fuck out.
Right.
Right? See how it works? You know?
No.
Thanks, Malcolm. That was a tricky one. Honestly, I feel like I gotta think about that on the ride home because goddamn. Anywho. So what we were bottling up and holding for the next time we communicated was this little back and forth that Mike. Sorry. Bree and Paige have joined us. Hello. Welcome, girls. They're in the background, lingering with us.
Hello.
Did you hear that? That was Paige. Hold on. Some people get more leeway when others depending on you, how much you really want to be with you. Okay. So this is from a Bad Vibe. He said certain people get more leeway than others depending on how much they really want to be with you or work with you. So
that's what I was saying. Yeah. It depends on how much I'm really caring about if you're consistent or not. I may just like when you show up with something, I don't hear from you in 2 weeks. Oh, nigga's nice. You know, he's nice, but that's sweet. That's about it.
Okay. So we had this. I'm trying to find the most diplomatic way to talk about this. Which I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I haven't cared for 29 years, and going into year 30, I think it's going to get worse, okay? So we have, like, events or, like, friend time or whatever we may do sometimes, and people sometimes get very emotional, I would say. Or no, I would say maybe offended that they're not invited or something like that, right? So this would probably be harder for Micah because, personally, I don't have that many friends. So I don't know what you were waiting on me to do. Like, were you waiting on me to invite you? Because we don't talk. And then depending on what it is, if it's at my home, you can't come. And that's just kind of how it is, you know? So I think it's kind of like if someone has an event and they don't invite you, at what point is it okay to ask them, hey, why didn't you invite me? Now, I would assume it would be if you're close. Like if Micah has an event and doesn't tell me, I'm up in her ass. Okay, what the fuck's going on? But this is my best friend.
That is hilarious.
We got matching tattoos right there. See that?
Thank you.
Yeah, see that right there? We got matching tattoos. I mean, my kids got. Come on, like, what are we doing? Why? How the fuck was I not invited? But it's like Sally that I see at Igloo every 3 times a year is upset. It's just like, but bitch, what did you think was gonna happen?
And what me and Leah also talked about is we can't really understand why people kind of don't be realistic. I think that's what it comes down to. Be realistic about the relationship that you have with these people. If you don't talk to this person, I would say 6 months out of the year, let's just be real. And this is like every other month. Like, yeah, you hit them up on your birthday. You hit them up on Christmas. You hit them up on Thanksgiving. Like all the major things and holidays that people get all emotional about the people in their life. And then there's maybe 1 or 2 times asking you about your nigga or ask you about your kids. It's that type of inconsistency of close friends. I feel that you need to start being realistic. If they invite you, now mind you, we do a lot of stuff. I don't think we're the typical friend group. Like we almost have something going on all the time. And
I don't think so.
And it's not.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I know it's every 2 weeks there's something happening in some way, and then it's always someone texting, let's have a game night. Like it's just a consistency that we're always doing stuff. So that's the point. If I text you every single time we have something, that's about 20 times in 2 months, and you don't respond saying yes or no or
and
maybe,
and these are 2 different,
or calling.
That's a whole different one. But there's 2 instances of it. There's an instance of somebody who wants to be involved but they're invited all the time and never reply, never says hey, yay, nay, way. Then what the fuck do you want us to do? I'd stop asking. I don't care.
Y'all.
Okay. And then there's the other version of someone who we really don't. We don't know you that well, so it's just like, and it's not even being offensive. Yeah. It's like you did not cross my mind.
Be realistic
to invite you anywhere. I don't know you.
It goes back to being realistic, bro. Like at some point, we have to stop ourselves from being prideful. Like, how could this person not with me? Oh my gosh, it's me. Like you need to get your head out of your own ass, because the realism will bring you right back down to earth. Because you know what? I don't even call this person to ask how they doing for real. When the last time have I even been around without tagging along with somebody else? When did I invite this person to anything? When you start asking yourself those questions, you need to take the entitlement out of everything. Just because you're you doesn't mean you get invited to everything because you feel like you deserve to be there for whatever reason. Like, I don't think it makes sense.
I'm thoroughly confused with this one situation that recently kind of happened amongst me and Micah were privy to it. It was just like, it just got really weird. It was just like, well, why wasn't I invited to this? So then someone else's point was like, it wasn't my place to invite you. It's not my house. It's not my event. How was I supposed to do that? And then the person just went on a tangent about shit that had nothing to do with being invited at all. So it's just kind of like, okay, this, if anything, we feel more validated.
So why you're not there?
You don't cross our minds to be invited. And now when this is a temper tantrum you throw about not being invited to some shit, you have no... It's just like, well, now I understand. You know, this wasn't it. It was very weird. So, I don't know. I feel bad for people when they do shit like that, because it's just like, it's kind of like not being invited to somebody's wedding. I would think if someone invited me to their wedding, there could be multiple reasons. It doesn't have to be because they don't like me.
No,
it could be because weddings are expensive as fuck.
Exactly.
And I'm not a close friend. All the things Micah said. If I'm only trying to have the immediates there, then maybe you didn't make the cut, and you know, and that's fine. But I don't know how people take it where. What I was saying to Micah is my pride is set up different. Like, a bitch don't invite me to something, I'm not asking this bitch why she didn't invite me.
Right.
It's just whatever. And honestly, what it would determine for me is the next time I see them, if their vibe is weird with me, then it's like, okay, maybe we got a problem. But if they're just as nice as before, then I just didn't make the cut for this event. Right. And nothing's wrong with that. Let's skip to Malou and have a good day. Why are we arguing about that? So I definitely think it's something that people need to definitely do a little digging into it. Somebody didn't invite you to something, unless you and them are close, I highly recommend not asking them why. But honestly, in the same breath, real ass bitch, sure, ask them if you'd like to, but be prepared for whatever the response may be.
And my thing is, tread lightly when you ask them. I feel like it's a certain tone you need to have. I was in the room and I was most uncomfortable, and I usually don't say things because I want people to kind of like defend themselves and speak up for themselves, because it wasn't directed towards me. But this person was asked in a very kind of passive aggressive way in front of a crowd of people. So why wasn't I invited to your wedding? Such and such was invited. I don't understand. It was, and I think it was more uncomfortable for the bride. And I know they feel bad making their list. Some brides feel bad making a list. Some brides know a lot of people, and they feel like, dang, but she invited me to hers. Dang, but me and her mom are real tight. Like, I'm sure the list gets a little touchy. So you're putting her back in that space of having to choose whether who's worthy or not, or who is just in a better position in her eyes to be there to share her moment. That's so embarrassing, because I've seen a lot of people not know how to respond. 3 different brides I've been around in that conversation. And it's weird for everybody. And so the person always has an attitude. The person is always self-righteous and, oh my God, super prideful, how dare you type thing. And then this response shocked me. And then she just said, I didn't want to pay for your plate.
That's a real bitch.
And so she was like, well, I could have paid for my own plate. Literally. I said, once again, this is awkward.
The wedding is up. Security.
And it was
this bitch.
And so that's
get her out of here.
So that's when I came out and said, because I said I usually don't, whatever. I said, first of all, you're totally in the wrong. Please stop talking, because now it's getting embarrassing for everybody. What, has somebody said something?
Yes, it's Malcolm.
Oh,
talk about. I'm on my live. What Malcolm says, in weddings, you got to pay per head, and the only question is this bitch worth $150 a plate? And I think that's a very valid question, because I believe one of our friends, I think she said it was $130 per person, and it's just like, what, and I was saying to Micah, I have a close friend I've known since middle school. She didn't invite me to her wedding. And I noticed because I saw the wedding pictures. And I was
it already happened.
I wasn't there. And I peeped. I wasn't invited, but I was like, it's okay. There's many reasons why I probably wasn't invited. So it was weird, but I would have never went to her. I've never gone to her and asked, hey, why didn't you invite me to your wedding? I can't believe this.
Mm-hmm.
How couldn't you?
And y'all was best friends in middle school, and y'all still talk all the
We're
time.
still close now. She buys a lot of me a Nicole hat. Shout out to her.
So that's
and
what
so
I'm
it's like
saying.
we're cool, but shit, I didn't make the cut for the wedding, and that's fine. And there's many reasons. There's some people that are very family heavy. So legit, you gotta invite like all your aunts, all your cousins,
And in some
if
cases,
they in church,
they gotta be in the wedding.
You gotta invite like half the deacon board. You gotta invite like 3/4 of the choir. It's just a lot of weird stuff. The whole Sunday school got to be there. So you just be mindful of that. And if you're ready, I just feel like it depends. I would never ask unless it was a close friend. Like there's been things my friends have gone to and haven't invited me, and I didn't ask. I just kind of went off. But these are my friends, and they were like, "Oh my bad, bitch, I forgot. How could you forget me? It's me." And we had our moments. But these are the only type of questions I'm willing to answer. If I don't know you like that, and then you just go off on tangents like that, it's like, sis, security. Like somebody come get this
This
bitch.
just doesn't make sense.
Somebody round her up, okay? All right, well, let me see.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, that's just terribly nerve-wracking. Okay. I didn't tell you about this, but I guess I'll tell you now. So, my little sister, she was in the living room. She was talking to my mom. I heard her talking to my mom. And I'm in my room, and all I heard was, like, my little sister said, some girl, like, at her school that she's cool with or whatever, she was just like, I guess the girl just texted her. She was just like, I used to like you, but I don't now. I don't anymore. Cause
She said it out loud?
So Leanna was like, what? She was like, this girl just said she used to like me, but she doesn't anymore. So let me forewarn everybody before we get into this conversation. My mother is very, very Jamaican. And she would be so devastated if my little sister was lesbian or something like that. She'd probably be devastated if I was too. I'm working on getting her to understand that you kind of just got to accept this shit, whether it's your lifestyle or not.
Right.
It's a process. Jamaicans do have a lot of walls up to it. I know a lot of lesbian Jamaicans. I don't know a lot of gay Jamaicans, like gay men, but I do know a lot of lesbian Jamaicans. So it's kind of like y'all can't pick and choose when it's fucking the same sex is okay and it's not. But my mom has never done that, so she's definitely not with the shits. And I felt like all her little alarms probably went off. She getting old, so I'm pretty sure she was traumatized. So I heard the conversation. I was in my room and I heard the conversation happening, and so my mom was just like, tell her you're not okay with that. Tell her to don't bother you with that. So my sister's like, well, she said she did, and she doesn't anymore because it was weird. I don't know. I didn't even hear the whole gist of it. So all I heard was, Leah, did you hear that? So I was like, yes. I was drinking that day, I remember, because I was like, oh my gosh, all right. So she's going on again, and my mom is very, having dealt with her my whole life, I know how she is with things, so I just called my sister in the room. So I was like, okay, what did she say to you? So she was like, the girl was like, oh, I used to like you, but I don't anymore because it was weird or whatever. So I said, okay, how do you feel about that? And she was like, I don't feel like anything. I was like, do you like this girl? She was like, not like that. I was like, are you sure? I'm not your mother. You can tell me. How do you feel about this, right? And so she was just like, no, I don't like her like that. She's like, but it's uncomfortable now. I was like, okay, cool. So here's the gist, right? I was like, I don't think, because my mom is on some stay away from her, never going near this bitch again.
No.
So I'm like, I don't think you should do that because, truth be told, and for the record, I'm not into girls. I don't like that touchy feely shit at all. But at the same time, I definitely understand this. My sister is 13, so this little girl's probably 12 or 13. So I'm, as a mother, I'm putting on mommy hats here. I'm just thinking like, this poor, she does still like you, for her to even mention that to you, because she was probably hoping you said, oh, I like you too.
Back.
Oh, I liked you too this whole time. And
poor baby.
Yeah. So now I'm feeling like, oh, that poor baby. Because she's probably, she could be bisexual. She could be a lesbian. But she's fighting all these.
Out.
Yeah, she's trying to figure shit out. And then she said that. And it was like, okay, cool. So I said, what I think you should do is, I don't think you should be an asshole to her. Because she's probably going through a hard time right now. I think if you don't feel that way about her, you need to make that very clear to her. And I think you should still be friends with her because she's probably having a hard time. If she disrespects your wishes by like grazing a titty or something like that, this is exactly what I said to my sister. I said, you need to tell that bitch to leave you alone. I was like, then you can get aggressive and tell her to stop fucking with you. But I don't think you should be an asshole because she's clearly probably having a hard time processing all her little kid emotions, right?
I agree.
And so Leanna was just like, okay. I was like, what you thought I was going to say? She's like, I don't know, but I didn't expect that to be the case. And Carlin talking about, nah, fuck that, LOL. Okay. All I'm saying is, I tried to break it down to Liana in the most adult, logical way I could. For her to even say that to you is because she probably still does like you and was waiting for a response. So and I asked a couple times, so how do you feel about this? Do you like this girl? So, do you feel that way?
So with all of your, breaking down and making sure that people are coming back full circle to understand that these are children, what I can appreciate about your response is it wasn't filled with anxiety. Like, I know the way that your mom was probably thinking of it. Oh no, I'm never gonna have grandkids. How dare she be gay? Like, I bet. So my thing is, thank God you're there, and thank God she has an older. Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
And she has an older sister to actually. I don't know if she ever had a moment. I'm pretty sure she would like come to you in some way. But what I want to say, you said everything. But the flip side to that. The flip side to that is her actually wanting the girl to like her and not really knowing what to say. But for the moment, I feel like Liana could come back and tell you whatever she felt the way that you responded. You shocked her. She felt comfortable. It wasn't, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. But for one, I do appreciate the way that you responded. And I feel like Liana would eventually, with everything that she's gonna go on, I hope she reads the same text message from a nigga one day.
Oh gosh.
On some,
I have totally
so what I was thinking, me and you could go to the back of the whatever. Like,
no.
You feel me?
Keep your little dick away from my sister.
want her to be able to feel that comfortable, say it out loud and be like, what? And to everybody to take notice to it, because not everybody knows. And Leah heard, so now I gotta go downstairs and talk to my sister. Like, I hope this continues, because this is a good sign, y'all. 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 14, 15, 16, they start hiding shit because they're uncomfortable. Please try to make your households as accepting and as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, so, and that's how I felt about it, because knowing my mother a couple years longer than my sister has, I know how she responds to stuff. So my thing is, I would like my sister to feel comfortable coming to me when it comes to whatever it is she's going through or whatever these little emotions are, because it could be weird.
Yeah.
But as long as she respects your wishes, then I think it could be okay. So,
Yeah. But definitely, I'm so glad you were there, just to be real.
I don't know if my mom heard the conversation. We didn't talk about it afterwards, because I don't think my mom can handle it, which I think is hilarious. But
so when I started thinking back to, I feel like when I felt like same-sex things were happening to me, middle school, I was in 6th, 7th grade, and I was thrown off because it wasn't a text message. Like, the person was dead in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And I was picking up my pencil underneath my desk, and this girl who we all, like, mind you, this gay lesbian thing was never as big as it was when I was 11 or 12. Like, this was something that you heard about. Like, you probably never saw someone walk by the same sex holding hands. I've never seen that until, honestly, college. So 2008 is when I really started, well, my high school year. 2004 to 2008 is when I started seeing more people like embracing their flamboyancy of being gay or lesbian. Right. Holding hands, dressing a certain way for girls and guys for that matter, but not really. Guys was still like feminine and it was twirling all that other stuff, but it wasn't like apparent when it comes to dress code. But literally, I was picking up my pencil, and she's down there already. I'm like, weird. So mind you, I was in a private school, so we all got on like uniforms. The teacher's right there is hella quiet. You can't talk without being noticed. Like, it's so quiet you can hear a pin drop. Literally, that's how it was. Picking it up.
That's how you use that metaphor, kid.
And so sis down there, she was like, "Come here." I said,
"Come here,"
because I didn't know what do you mean come here? I'm not crawling to the other side on my knees. She's gonna get. I didn't know what she wanted, but my thing was,
I would have died.
I know you would have died laughing.
I said, "What the fuck are these?"
She literally was like, "Come here," and I shook my head no, and then I went back up, and then I'm like,
"Gay."
So then later she was like, "I just wanted to talk to you." It was the way that she said that. I was like, "Oh, I'm fine." I was so polite, it was disgusting. I don't know who I am today, but literally I was like, "Oh no, I'm fine." She was like, "Yeah, I know that." I was like, Eric Smith is actually my crush. And I didn't say anything. I just said Eric Smith is actually my crush. She was like, I mean, I'm just said, okay. She was the most direct.
Was she like butchy?
Yes.
Like butchy?
Everything I'm saying, everybody knew, but no one talked about that stuff. Like I didn't, especially at a Christian private school. Like we just hope she wasn't.
They probably,
bled,
they probably bled the blood of Jesus.
Bruh,
That little girl.
Her hair was super long. Like she looked feminine. But it was something about the way that she wore her uniform. It was just like, she wants to be in pants. She wants to be in pants. The way she sat, she played basketball really well. Just all the stereotypes, just all of that. It was just hilarious. But yeah, that was the first encounter, and I was like, I like him. I like him over there.
The first gay events I remember getting, which I can't say none happened in middle school, but I can't remember them, was 9th grade year at BA. It was 9th grade, and I was walking there with a senior, so whatever. And she was a girl man, right? She was like fully like guy closed out, and she was like, oh gosh, I can't remember what she said to me, but it freaked me out. It was just like, I like how you look or something like that. But she was standing with another butch. So it was just like butch attack. I was scared. And I was just like, no. I was just like,
I want to punch you right in the face for saying that. Somebody quote us butch attack. That's crazy, Leah.
But I was just like, thank you. And I kind of went by. Because remember, I went to BA a couple months later. So it's kind of like fresh meat on the block.
Fresh
I was like, no. And you
No,
know what kills me? Because you know how I feel about lesbian sex. Don't get it. No dicks involved. What are you guys doing? You guys bumping fucking pelvis.
Okay, Leah.
Sorry. Cause she threw the dick
Some
like it was a
people
dick.
enjoy it. No, I was talking about him.
Oh. Micah is slapping herself in the face with a metaphorical dick.
Have y'all ever seen, it was a comedian that was talking about that, but he was doing it with his mic. So you know how DC Young Fly be doing his mic? He kept doing that over and over like across her face.
I remember it, but I can't remember who.
I don't know who it was, but it was the funniest shit ever. And I've been doing it to my friends. Boop! Was it?
Yes, I think it was Kevin Hart.
Oh no!
Because he said his dad never wore drawers. He's coming to all his shows.
Oh, hey,
yeah.
Hey.
So it was like spelling bee and his dick. Yeah, his dick was swinging.
That was one. That was not the one I'm talking about. But yes,
I know. Yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Guys, let us know if you remember what comedian kept.
Who kept
knocking dicks on?
But you know, Eddie Murphy did the same thing in Raw, which was when he had that red leather suit on, and he was talking about the last thing that you do, the last thing you want to do as a cheating man is to let your wife go on vacation with her girls. It's the last thing you want her to do. She goes away for a week and she around all these niggas with huge penises that just swing from side to side and they carry him over their shoulder. He was like, he was like, what you crying about? He was trying to do the accent of a Bahamian man. And she's crying, oh, nothing, you know, my boyfriend cheated on you. He was like, is that right?
Oh my God.
When he's winding up, slapping it over his shoulder, he was like, won't you come on down, let's talk it over. She's like, okay. He said, and then he said, that's how all niggas sound, dumb. Okay. Like everything. So he got all his vagina while she was gone. And then she gets back, she rejuvenated, her skin is glowing. The island did her so well, blah, blah, blah. She's floating on air. And then he says, did you have a good time? He said, I swear to God, he said just like that. So she was like, mm-hmm. He said, Jock dropped the best dick off of your wife that she has ever had. And now you thinking, yeah, I'm out here. I had a couple while she was gone. Your wife had the best she ever had, and you probably gonna get left. It was the best joke ever.
Now I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, okay, let's put this case in point. So my nigga been cheating on me. I go out of town with all y'all. Big Dick Jock pops up. And
it has to be an island because the beach makes you think. It can't be New York. It's dirty.
I always go to
dirty, isn't it?
I always go to Jamaica. New York is dirty.
But not like that's not the city of love to me. Honestly, New York is not the city of love.
You can talk about it's so wet. It's cold. It's summer's hot as fuck.
It's not the city of love in my opinion.
What is it, New York?
I've been a lot of places and I don't feel love when I'm there.
Maybe like in the middle of Times Square and the time stops and our eyes connect and there's a million people here, but I only got.
And it's a panda or a Spider-Man dancing by trying to get a couple of dollars.
In the corner, bitch. I said our eyes connect. Okay, we're not looking at this nigga
I'm
right now.
just trying to paint a picture of the time.
So all this happens, and I go off and I get the best dick I ever had, and then because my thing is this doesn't solve any problem because now I'm coming back to his mediocre dick.
He leaves her.
Right.
I mean, she leaves him.
I'm gonna leave him.
Yeah,
but
she left him.
But then, essentially, unless I'm finna pull a Angela Bassett and Stella got a groove back and get this motherfucker his green card so he can come up here. What's gonna happen? Because then I'm gonna constantly fucking. Now I'm more fucked up than before. Far.
Stop! Don't ever talk to him again. You don't.
But now I'm craving monster penis dick that's in fucking Kingston, Jamaica.
Maybe, or it was a revelation that you don't need the horrible man that you have now because he's been giving you that crap. But that doesn't mean you need the one who gave you good penis.
I'm gonna want the good penis.
I want someone who wants a better relationship, and I know you are in there, Leah.
Yeah, no, because the fact of the matter is, I would never. My nigga cheating on me. I've got time with y'all. I'm not gonna fuck Jock, but I'm just trying to say, hey, maybe
you may kiss Jock.
You know I'm not gonna do that either. But
it's 70.
I don't even want Jock to touch me. I'm traumatized. I'm gonna be in a corner like this.
Can you please? She's never cheated on her boyfriend before. She's never cheated on her husband. She's just so overwhelmed and taken. And she's like, you know what? I'm leaving him when I get back to the States.
After I get this dick that I'm never gonna have again.
Yes, Leah, because it's not the last one on earth.
It's not the last one on earth, but like if it was like the best dick, like nothing kind of compares.
No, it's better than your dudes. That's it. Please, just stop.
Best dick ever had. Okay, because then I'm thinking like I feel like
I've never been digmatized. You've never been digmatized.
But for people who do get digmatized, it's not. I don't think it's a good practice. I just feel like it doesn't help because you're already in an emotional state, and then you fuck somebody, and let's say it does really work. Now you're just because then you might feel guilty for fucking big dick Jock.
Yeah,
you know? and now you feel like a slut when you get home.
And then she may come home and break the fuck down. I've seen that in movies.
Yeah,
the first thing she does is walk in and cry and say, "I said somebody else."
Girls, don't fuck when you're going out of town.
Yeah, it's more emotional weight for you than you think, unless you're just really ready.
Unless you're a real ass bitch.
Because we done seen a few movies this way. She walked in, she was like, "Yeah, I'm done." And by the way, the sex was amazing. And
And then, okay, do you feel like we know somebody like in real life that could do that? I feel like I know somebody in real life that would be perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. Her nigga acting up, you know, I'm fucking this nigga. We go to Atlanta and it's going down.
No, and she'll probably leave him before we go.
Okay.
Maybe for her sanity or the clarity for her mind, she wants to be rid of him. You know what? Like we feel like dyeing our hair or cutting our hair when we want something to change. You know what? Tattoo. I'm gonna get a tattoo. It's like impulsive. So it's like, hey guys, I broke up with him. Everybody's like, what? You? And then we're going to Atlanta this weekend. Us? With you? Yes. And so it just go, and then she gets out of her system, and I feel like that may happen for her. I think that would be a thing. She would break up with him. Maybe. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds
great. It's a possibility. It sounds good.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Oh my gosh, but I know things change when you get married. Like I was just talking to a married couple.
Fucking papers.
The crazy thing is someone does something so horrible to you, because I have to say cheating or financial is kind of like the reasons why we divorce. But you have been loyal like you said you were going to be. You signed papers, y'all got joint accounts, but then all the while, every now and then he indulges in vagina. And it's like he finally tells you because he gets caught, not because he tells you.
Not because he gives a fuck.
He actually says, you know what, I'm not going to lie to you. And I hate that line.
Because you've been
lying please lie to me at this point. Lie to me. I'm not going to lie to you, babe.
Don't fuck me up now.
I did it a couple of times. And then the woman just like, where? Like, and then it's just a whole dramatic cry, or it's vengeance and you're going after his eyeballs, trying to gouge him out. It's whatever the response is, but you're married. You can't just get up and you can get up and walk away, but that's your home joint. That's a joint home. That is joint accounts. Now you got to figure out where the money's going. And if you didn't sign a prenup, I'm not sure if things get stickier, if everybody just like take what they leave. You feel me? So I just feel like when marriage is involved, are your same end all and be alls going to be the same? Like right now, I can say I get cheated on. But if I'm married, like, yes. I feel like I may still slide. But the fact of the matter is, it's like, do I want to do this all over again with someone else?
I can understand that being a lot of people's plight. I think that's why a lot of people stay in relationships, not even marriages, but just going. I've been going with this nigga for 12 years. So, do I want to start going with another nigga for another 5 years? But if you're responsible, and I do promote prenups, I think it's very responsible of everybody. I mean, you can put things like that. A prenup is literally whatever the fuck you decide. So if I marry Micah and the prenup is if Micah cheats on me, I get everything, and you sign that, then
that's on you.
I dare you.
That's on us.
Yeah. It's like,
cheat on me and let me find out.
Yeah.
All your shit is
and
mine.
Then that's it. All your shit's mine. And then it's like, and that's it. And then, so I do think, I think I knew a married person. She's not married anymore, but she was married. And I literally done, there's been a time where she was at work and she called me. She's like, I feel like he had a house with this bitch. I was like, all right, well, let's go. We drove over there.
Oh my gosh, he was there with her. She was at
the house with that bitch. And sis was running through the house. I was like, all right, we're finna get this bitch up. Like, it was crazy. And the police were there. It was a whole situation. And even the officer, it was a woman officer and a male officer. And the woman literally said, she was like, I absolutely understand how you feel. I probably would have killed this bitch, but you cannot. She was just like, if we weren't here, they'd probably let you get a couple hits in, but you can't do that, okay?
Because we're here now.
So you have to stop.
Shout out to that real police officer.
Shout out to that lady. Yeah, shout out to that lady. And I think she was black. Yeah, she was like, I'll let you fuck this bitch up a little bit, but you can't do that. So anyway, I think it's very hypocritical of, in the sake of the woman, let's say the woman got cheated on, right? I think it's very hypocritical of a man to then say shit to her like, you really gonna ruin our situation. You gonna give everything we got. You were slinging dick from left to right. You shit. You were giving up everything we had. So don't. It's very hypocritical of you to ask me what I'm about to give up and what I'm willing to do when you've been slinging dick, like like batter up, open field. So, and then for the woman, I think it's very unfair of her to herself in this situation, because it could be opposite. Let me not feel like I'm just on women's side, but I'm just saying in this scenario, a woman got cheated on by a man. I think it's very unfortunate for the woman to sit there and decide, oh my gosh, what about my family, and what about the kids, and what about everything, and starting over. I think that's the main thing you should care about. It's going to be hard for you to start over. How do you feel though? I think at that point in any situation, how the other person feels at all does not fucking matter
at all.
I give absolutely no fucks about how you feel or how anything would affect you, how your mama would feel about it, how it would seem at the workhouse, because
everybody gonna know.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. What I think, the person that was cheated on that situation, they should only care about themselves. And I think the person who did the cheating, all you need to do is just
pray that it's not as worse it could be.
Because I was going to say keep apologizing, but honestly, I don't want to hear that shit either.
Yeah,
I don't want I'm sorry over and over and over and over again, because now you get on my fucking nerves.
Just pray it is not coming for your throat. Because at that point,
you've made your bed. So I think in marriages, I'm not saying, because I've never been married, so I understand that's a contract and a this and that. But in every contract, if the terms have been broken, then that shit is null and void.
True.
So I get it. We're talking about the Lord, and for people that are very, very religious, I understand that that's a big issue. But I don't know. I feel like the God I serve wouldn't force me to stay want you to be unhappy. I'm going to be a bad mother to my kids. I'm going to be a bad friend to my friends, a bad daughter to my mama, a bad sister to my sister. I'm going to be a bad dog owner to Teddy. I'm going to be a lot of fucked up things because I'm sleeping with this whole ass niggas next to me. Yeah. So I don't think it should be. So I don't think that those. I think fuck him. And or her.
Me and Willie had this conversation, and it was along the lines of, all right, cool. So we're happy. We're doing our thing. We're thriving. There's no inconsistencies as far as I know when it comes to our communication. Like, we are in a really great place. And then he goes out of town with his boys, and he's 40. He's 45. He ain't seen the boys in a long time. They all got together, whatever. They get drunk because it only takes 2 glasses at 45, right? And he ends up having sex with a girl. Comes home and says, damn, babe.
You sound like Willie. That's hilarious.
It got a little wild, and you know they ordered this, and I ended up having sex with blah blah blah. So my thing was, okay, if I have already invested in the idea that I'm gonna be cheated on, not because Willie is a horrible person, it's just the idea that men can't control themselves. Let's just say I come to grips with that. I know you hate that because we're letting them off. But if I came to grips with that, okay, cool. All right. I'm not going to leave. It's cool. So I'm not going to leave. But stipulations will be put in place. If you want your family, if you don't want me to leave the house, if you want to see your kids on a regular basis because you don't want to make this difficult ass schedule for us because we are in 2 different places in our lives, and I can make this shit really uncomfortable for you because of the position that you put me in. But what if, all right, cool, now you have to agree to an open relationship, and I don't have to say that I want to do it, but now our relationship terms have to change. So in order for me to start fixing my mind to the idea that you could possibly can have sex with anyone just because it's just sex. I was drunk, whatever, I was getting it out, whatever the case is. You now have to have that thought in your mind that I can do whatever I want with whoever I want, not know that I actually want to do that. Because I think if you gave a man that ultimatum, like, I don't know what would happen to him, but he damn sure don't want that shit to be equal. He doesn't want to even think about another man having his hands on you. So this could benefit you, or it can, oh, well, you know, I just can't go forward. Okay, cool. Then now we're divorcing on my terms. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to say scare the nigga into just acting right, but it's like the thought that men are so dominant and they blah, blah, blah. Like, any thought of another man doing whatever for their wife, they're gonna go crazy. And so it's like,
so if he cheats on you, the question is, if he cheats on you,
we're in open marriage.
Open marriage
and
now.
I don't, like I said, I don't have to fully subscribe to that.
Right. But
I may not go out, but the rule is now because you've changed it. We were happy. We're good. Something inside of you said, "This is what I want." All right, cool. Then it's changed for both of us. Okay. We either go forward with that or we don't.
I feel like shit, it is what it is. If that's what the fuck we talked about, then that's what it is. Because it'll be the same thing would apply to a prenup. And again, you gotta think about it. If you have a bill, I don't know what really does this, but I know there's maybe insurance, or I don't know, if there's something that you pay, and if you pay it late too many times or whatever, in the contract, it's like, okay, now it got to be, you know what, my son pass is like that.
Okay.
I done changed my card on my son pass a few times, and now it's just like, okay, well, you know what, bitch, since you done owed us about $20 at least 3 times now you have to have a card automatically set up on here, and we have to automatically take money out.
Boom.
It's just a contract. That's the rule now.
True.
So if I'm with you and the stipulation is we're married, and then you want to go dip a dick, and now now the rule is I can fuck whoever I want, and I don't have to tell you anything. And
no, I can tell you when it happens. I don't have to. What I was trying to say.
Well, either way, now we're in an open relationship. So
we're in an open relationship.
You have to be prepared for the fact that I may come home tonight
and tell you
I got some dick from.
By the way,
Jock, G, what the fuck? Shock. I got some dick from Shock.
He's in town.
And it was
big dick.
Big dick Shock. I got some sex and big dick Shock, and it was fantastic. Yeah. And you gotta just deal with it, because that's what the fuck.
Yes. And I was also I had you in mind. I had you in mind because I feel like
I said a minute ago.
I had you in mind because out of the whole when it comes to, threesomes and letting other people in, like, the whole openness of monogamous relationship, traditional one, that's all we need. So the fact that you would say, oh yeah, now it's open, it would kill him. But I think because if he knows the woman you are, you wouldn't even want to think about doing it with somebody else. And a woman that's been married for 23 years to the same man, we get okay with that. We're fine with that. We may not ever have an idea to have sex with a whole nother man. We're content because all of our lives we've been preparing for this moment of forever with one person, and we have not been told that any other way is okay and any other way is normal for a woman. So this man may take you for a joke until, yeah, I went on a date tonight. What? Yeah, just a little date. You know, I don't really do whatever, but it was nice flirting with him. And a man seeing me, blah, blah, blah. That would probably kill him, and you ain't even had sex with the nigga.
I'm turning Carisha on. So, when you said that, right, I was thinking about the dude I was just talking to, the dude, Brie called her daddy, whatever. So, when I was talking to this nigga, because, you know, we had like a little weird little situation, right? We had went out of town. We went to Orlando that time, right? So when we came back, we had took the kids to the little jump shit. So at the little jump shit or whatever, I had a date that night with the dude we saw last night that didn't cut his hair off. I had a date with him that night, but I ain't go because I came out so late. So I was just like, you know, damn, you know, I missed my date. And he was just like, you missed your what? I was like,
my date.
I missed my motherfucking date. I ain't a fuck. So,
damn.
But yeah, I missed my date, and he was just like, what? Like, and it was just like flabbergasted, shocked, appalled. So you're right, I get it. It would truly traumatize me again. It would bring such joy to my life.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like
this,
the mere fact of another man doing anything for this person that they have chosen to love and to cherish for the rest of their lives, with the hopes that their woman will never belong to anyone else in this way, will devastate this nigga.
So here's what Carlin said. Carlin said that would ruin it. The marriage, he means. That would ruin it. He made a mistake, and admitting it, that's a little too extreme. He made a mistake and he admitted it. That's
like I said.
So Carlin, so agreed. I do feel like it is extreme, but at the same time, this was what was agreed upon. So whether it's extreme or not, you should have voiced that opinion
from jump
2 moons ago.
No, but so my thing,
you know.
So Leah, you brought another point. I didn't say at the beginning of the marriage it happened.
Oh,
but that's a good point. We can make our prenup that way, but I'm saying he cheats, and this is my rebuttal.
Okay, so then this
feel me?
So this is common sport. So then in that case, fine. You cheated on me, and the only way to stay with me is if I can fuck whomever I'd like. Take it or leave it.
That's it. Exactly. So I feel like you did what you did because you felt like doing it, and I feel like you already broke adultery. So you mean to tell me I'm just supposed to be so forgiving that I can't open the Kraken if that's the case? Like, at the end of the day, bro, you messed our union up. How are you going to salvage that if you still want your family? How are you going to keep us all together? How are you not going to make us go on strict and devastating schedules? The shit that happens to kids that get divorced at young age, whatever I want to use, whatever logic I want to use, it's going to make sense because we have proof all around us.
Yeah.
Statistics are existing. Yeah. So yes, Carla, it may be extreme, but when you chose to do that, you chose to break your family.
Yeah.
And that's extreme.
And then it's
not extreme.
And then to me, the same thing I said earlier kind of applies, where then why do I have to be the mature voice of reason and just understand so much and deal with it because you fucked up. So why is it? I can do. It's a free for all at this point.
When you broke our union, you decided to open the Kraken.
Yeah, open the Kraken.
I'm just saying, like, what did you think this was gonna unleash for us? You know how cheating is for women.
All right,
you know what?
Repeat it for you, Carla. You just got back on the live. I had to start a new live. Carla, what Micah said was, yes, it is a little extreme, but you cheated. All right, so if you cheated now, it's like, why? If this is what my stipulations are, then you just gotta deal with it, and then you don't have to deal with it because you can leave.
Right.
You can divorce me, and now we have these weird schedules for our children, and
they'll live because mommy and daddy can't do this anymore, and that needs to be apparent too. Ain't no playing house. Ain't no. Sorry, baby. This is what happened when you break the rules.
I really respect people that could do that. Like people who, like, I set a goal. Okay, you cheat on me, I'm leaving you. People who could Carlin said he'd leave. Well, bye, Carlin.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night. And I feel
shit.
And,
and
because it's devastating.
Bye, Carla.
The thought.
You don't want nobody touching your pussy, but you out here just giving your dick, her dick away.
But think about it. Think how devastating mentally it is for your husband.
Fuck him.
To have sex with another. What? It's devastating.
And you know what's fucked up about that? Because I thought about that along the lines of threesomes, right? Like,
see.
Because it was like, okay, damn, would I be able to handle physically seeing my man fuck another woman?
You done thought about it. You told me you got used to the thought.
Yeah, and my thing is, honestly, I could. And unfortunately, it's because I've had to picture this. I have pictured this quite a few times because I've been cheated on a few times. Mm-hmm. So I had to picture the man I love giving my dick away. Right?
I've done that a few times.
A threesome, fine. I can. The threesome's weirded me out because I don't want the bitch touching me. I don't know what we're gonna do. That's gonna fuck it up. But her fucking him, I could probably sit there and watch my guy fucking a girl and be like, that's interesting. And is that how we look? I wonder how I look when that happens. Like, I don't know if that's
I can see how that? I can see how it wouldn't be true because I've done it because the idea of threesomes.
Yeah.
So I've kind of had to. Okay, well. How you gonna feel when this happening, bitch? Like, I've thought about it along the lines of being cheated on, yes. And that is like a disgusting, oh my God, how could you? But it was still like, oh, you done it a couple of times. I can see it now. At this point, it's normal for me to envision that happening, it being my man or whatever.
You don't believe I could sit there and watch my man fucking somebody else.
I mean,
I think when I find a decent man in the name of Jesus.
No, not even. But, but you, Leah, I feel like you shock a lot of people with your responses, and I feel like they think they know you based on your response, based on what you. But the Leah that I know, I've seen you do shocking things that I thought you were gonna do the opposite of. I saw you be hella calm when I thought you was finna snap. So my thing is, ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. So don't get too comfortable with the way you think you know me, because the moment shit happens, I may respond differently. So,
Stretch said, you can say that until it happens. That's true, Stretch. And Carlin said, don't put Jesus in this. You're absolutely right, Carlin. I apologize. You're absolutely correct. Okay. Because we're talking about this. So we talked about this at my soiree, and we talked about this on the podcast. I did do a podcast with Sadie, which I'll probably release randomly, but I never got it out. It was for Christmas, and Christmas is over now, so I'll save that podcast one day. It requires a lot of editing, and I don't feel like doing it. So technically, that has never been discussed. A lot of you, Carlin, for sure, you were on the discussion, but we'll have it for the podcast now. With the whole, we talked about the soiree with the whole threesome thing, and 32 pussies, and you get a chance to have a dick. So what that means in a nutshell? That's right. 32 pussies, do you get a dick?
First of all, that's going to be the title of this podcast.
Oh my gosh. 32 pussies, do you get a dick?
32?
Bruh.
Right? Right? Am I right?
So anyway, at my soiree, the conversation was basically about, for couples who have threesomes or whatever, right? A guy, two girls. We slightly touched on the topic of, It's two guys okay, right? Let's say me and my man, and I want another dick in there. But apparently it was debated that was a train.
No go.
And we said we dragged debate if it, okay, let's cover that first.
We did.
No. Technically it's not a train if everyone's touching each other.
Yes.
So guys, while he's fucking me, husband, just touch elbows. And that don't work. Or
he's not gonna even wanna.
Let's make my husband only fuck me, I guess. I mean, the whole point of it is a new date, whatever. Right. So let only my husband have sex with me, and let the other guy just suck titties and kiss on necks and stuff. Is that okay? I think that's still a threesome. Is that not a threesome page?
Yes, everyone is sexually interacting.
They gotta touch each other.
No, they don't.
Please,
have to touch each other.
Not me. Let me feel good. No.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, so we had that little debate, and apparently it's not a train, but guys really don't go for it. Apparently, so it has to be a woman, which I said at my soiree I felt was very unfair because women, especially black women, are already overly sexualized. So it's just so okay for me to put a bitch titty in my mouth, but you can't just touch elbows with a nigga so I can get some new dick.
Because I'm not going to see nothing else but elbows. I'll tell you that. Turn turned off. Everybody go home.
Did you just touch his shoulder?
What?
Did you touch shoulder?
Is yours?
What?
Bruh, I can't. I would be
turned. On
turned.
me.
I will be turned completely. I'm like, oh, that's happening. Oh, all I need to see is this.
Okay, so Stretch made the point of that's weird. I don't want to see another man naked. I get it. So why is it so okay for me? I'm equally uncomfortable
because
with
you're
a
woman.
naked
It's
woman
a double
next to me,
standard,
and that's what I don't like.
It's a
For
double
that
standard.
reason alone, bring on another dick. Because it's not fair. You want me to just be also okay with some bitch's titties flaring in front of me, gyrating in my goddamn face.
But Leah,
pussy's everywhere.
It'll be more socially accepted telling that story if you two did it versus it leaking that he actually touched the elbow during the threesome. They be like, you did what?
It's a lot of shit niggas take to the grave. It's a lot of shit niggas take to the grave. Take it to the grave. We ain't gotta tell nobody. I won't tell Micah in there.
We know a lot of vindictive women. And if you do anything to cross her, she got that on you.
And guess what? This
ain't touching no elbow.
Hey, and that applies to when guys have a child with someone and swear this bitch is just oh so crazy now. That bitch is always crazy. So if she was vindictive then, she's always been vindictive. Your fault. You shouldn't have had the threesome, touching elbows with a nigga with this bitch. You should have did it with a different bitch who is down to keep that and take it to the grave. Anyway, the conversation at the fucking soiree was the men there was only 4 of them. And they had it was Willie, it was Carlum, it was Carl, and it was Monique's boyfriend. And it was just such a debate that couldn't happen. So then it was, okay, fine. Willie's point was that, okay, well, if my girl likes girls, right, then she's getting something out of this too. So it's not unfair, because lucky her, there's a whole other pussy. So Micah's point, which we all agreed to, was that it's not the same as like dicks, you know, like we like that, we like penetration. So it's like no one wants to be fingered to death, and I don't know if you've ever seen a bitch scissor, but it's stupid looking. So no one wants to be scissored to death, and I don't want head all day. I want dick. So why can't we get another dick? And Willie was not having it. Willie's logic was, well, if my girl likes girls, then she's getting sexual pleasure out of this too. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation. Yeah. So Carlum, my dear friend, I call him my life coach. That's a Haitian Poppy for everyone who listens to the podcast. Haitian Poppy was like, he changed his tune later, and I'm gonna handle him when he gets here tomorrow. But anyway, he at the soiree he was like, if he got like a solid bitch, right? Because what we kept saying was 32 pussies. Like y'all had 32 threesomes. Yeah. Or let's call it 31, and your girl's pussy is number 32, whatever. So you've had all these threesomes. He's been able to get new pussy multiple times, and I've been stuck with your dick. Carlum was like, you know, if after all this time his girl just goes and has sex, Carlum not gonna do no threesome shit with her, but if she goes and says, you know, I want to fuck this other guy, he was like, I could probably let that slide if I know she's a solid bitch. This nigga backtracked. He reneged on his statement like a little bit later. I think when we had the live podcast, because I guess he just said, Carlum, he's on here. You can tell me how he felt. But he took it back, I guess. And he was a taker backer, whatever. It's too late, Carlum, because what you said is already set in stone. Okay, you're going to let your girl get some new dick because it's only fair. I just feel like, why is that not okay when she's done this for you, right?
Because men cannot, that masculine, prideful, just all of that stops them from any idea of anything else. It's like caveman, cavewoman. This is mine. I don't want anybody else to have it. Why are you in there? Get out of there. That's not yours. Stop it.
Hey, get out. Hey,
no, I'm saying like men, same situation when it comes to men being cheated on. He will leave her with no remorse. Like he out of there. 2 fingers, not even thinking about all the good times that they had. Just done, because there's no way he can fathom you actually doing that with another man. And that's why it's so difficult for men in any situation involving another penis, because they can't. It's caveman, like it's the species that they are. Just
okay. So
all of that. Okay. It'll never be okay.
So we got Stretch, which I know it's about Stretch. Stretch said he doesn't even want another man looking at his woman, much less. So he's not gonna do that. But he's also not very. From what I remember about Stretch, Stretch ain't threesome craving either. Like he just want his bitch.
So he don't want nobody looking at his girl saying she fine.
I'm sure he can deal with it. He has no choice, but he doesn't. Right. He's not. Yeah. What are you gonna do? But you can't. I would assume this means he's also fine with not having to have 32 pussies, because that's what you're giving up. You're giving up 32 pussies.
Yeah, you are.
32?
Some guys ain't into that.
Right. And then Bad_Vibe said, you'll hear from a woman, damn, babe, look at her ass, before you hear a nigga say, damn, babe, look at that dude in sweatpants. And true.
We talked about that,
We did talk about that. Now, this is all true. I agree. But that part aside, because how much do you think this has to do with black men versus, like, white men? I know a lot of white men that are very comfortable with their mess, because this is all it really is. Me to say a girl got a fat ass, it doesn't. I don't feel like a lesbian.
Hey, they will tap a penis in the
Yeah, they like grab dicks and shit all the time.
Yeah.
So like,
it's a bro code, bro.
Yeah, bro code, and they don't, and they're literally not gay. They just don't feel that way
because white men don't have to defend their masculinity. Period. You put a white man in a skirt, they'll say it's funny. You put a black man in a skirt, they'll say he's gay. So at the end of the day, we have to go back to socialization and what the effort is done to our black men.
So does this mean, like, we appreciate Young Thug and Uzi Vert and all them for these skirts and shit, the nail polish and all that?
A lot of people think that they are gay.
Like, I don't think they're gay. I think they're just doing the most.
I think they're doing the. I don't think they. But I'm telling you, these niggas, what they say about them. This guy don't fucking skirt. Even when Jaden came out and he was on, he had what Louis Vuitton women's clothing. They questioned it. And I think later on he said Travis Scott was his boyfriend. Like, he may be as liberal as he wants to be, but the world may see him as being bisexual. Or they may see him as being straight up gay because they've never seen him with a girl. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, white men don't have to defend their masculinity. That's all I'm saying. Black men are constantly be putting in the limelight of femininity. Oh, really quick before we keep going. NFL, there was a commercial. And they're talking about like the NFL ticket or something like that. Do you know at the end they got some nigga twerking out of the camera? Why is he twerking and we're watching football? Black guy, bigger black guy. Clearly, he's clearly gay. But you had to show him doing that, celebrating the NFL ticket, knowing damn well he probably don't even watch football. Like, I can't believe they put that in there. So this is going back to the whole narrative of what they're trying to do in the black community. And yes, it may be a conspiracy theory, but I definitely believe that is a thing. Black men are constantly trying to defend their masculinity, and no matter how goofy they are, no matter what they do, it will always be tested, and people will always question it. Versus a white man grabbing somebody's penis in public, everybody's gonna think it's hilarious. Okay, no one's gonna think he's gay.
Fine. So I can respect that because of everything we've been through, slavery, etc. Right?
Yeah.
But my question is, at what point do we have to let that go, just on the strength of what it's doing for us? True. Right? Because let's just we know what white people did, but we're not going to consider them the point. We're just going to consider me and my man, right? I'm a woman that likes threesomes, and I feel like, you know, damn, baby, it's not fair that it's like you get to keep fucking new bitches and I can't get a new dick. How's that going to work? Right. And because of all this, I understand everything our ancestors have been through, right? Mm-hmm. And everything that you may go through, even at work or whatever the fuck, right? I understand all that, but at the end of the day, it's simply just, I don't feel like a lesbian by saying a bitch got a fat ass or she got some nice titties or she's pretty, right? And I don't need you to say that, but the reason why men don't say that, because I know
they're gonna
some black men that are open, they're fine with saying, yeah, that's a handsome dude, and don't feel anything of it. No man I've ever dated has been comfortable saying, I ain't gonna say no other man look good. I ain't gonna say no other nigga look all right. But he does though. Yeah. So what the fuck? And it's like, that doesn't make you gay or anything. It's just being honest. If we're being fair, you know what the fuck ugly look like, and you know what the fuck not ugly looks like. So you don't have to. And so I guess maybe, I don't know. I've got one, some guy there. I can't remember which one. I've got one of them far enough to say he ain't ugly, but I mean, man, I ain't gonna talk about this shit. And they just felt like it was the gayest shit in the world. So I understand everything that white people have done and know how these things affect us. But at some point, we have to get past that, because now you're making shit more complicated for us just to have simple conversations.
I feel like they may not even want to, though. I feel like black men are so tied to their masculinity, anything that defies it, they're not even on fixing. They're not even on that. Like, that's what I feel about black men. I feel like they're closed-minded when it comes to that. I do. And I feel like with everything we got going on, Leah, at some point we're gonna need to start taking responsibility of our narrative, because that's what you're saying. Take responsibility of your narrative, take the story back, and start creating your own. Just because a white man says this doesn't mean that it's the end all be all. At some point you have to dig within and be like, yes, this is the history of our country, but what the F sorry, this is the history of our country, but what have I done to elevate myself, to give homage to those before me, and to create a new future, or whatever the case is. And that goes along with mindset. Mindset is, I'm always trying to prove my masculinity to these white people that what are they doing for your life? Are they making or breaking it?
Yeah, and that goes on the whole conversation. One of the episodes we had with Carlin, one of the first ones that we had with Carlin, where it's just like, there's a whole level of woke, quote unquote, that needs to be there for that conversation to even take place. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, to go all the way back, we got very deep, but to trickle it all the way back to threesomes, because that's where the fuck the conversation was at. It's just like, since we can't go all that, we got to go back with the man that you have and whatever it is. It would be fair, I would say, for that to be the case. But I understand how men feel like it's this and that. This is not my plight, because there's threesomes ain't happening with me.
It's mine. Okay, cool. Right. Be fair.
But okay, that's what I'm saying. So,
be fair.
Right, to be fair. And then it's kind of like, at what point is it just like, what do you do in that situation? You just say, okay, fine, fuck it, I'm just gonna take this L because my nigga is unfair, because that's essentially what it is. We've had sex with 32 other women, and you won't let me fuck one other dick.
And he'll say, you've also had sex with 32 other women. That's what he'll say.
And when did she put her dick in my vagina? Because that's what I'm looking for.
Right.
When did that part happen?
And I don't want any silicone or plastic.
No, I don't want no.
I don't want a color. I don't want a vibrator.
I want a black dick.
I want a big
dick. I want a real dick dick. I want a dick dick. That might be the name of the episode too.
You gotta give me roll him side to side. Dick dick. No. Okay, I'm done.
Dick dick. Episode 23. Dick dick.
Dick dick.
All right. But yeah, when can I get a little bit of dick on the side? Right. All this pussy is killing me. Gosh, I already have one. I gotta carry this shit around all day.
That is hilarious.
Pussy in my face?
No, yeah, I agree. So that's the question to the viewers. If ever you're hearing this, please tag us in the minute and the second where we ask this question, because then we'll know, okay, that's what we asked. At what point do threesomes stop being one-sided and they start benefiting the woman when it comes to 2 males instead of 2 females? Be real. You done had 32 different insertions. What if sis on the 33rd wants an insertion of a penis? And you don't got to be there, because Carlin originally said if she wants to do it, she can. That didn't involve him, though.
Yeah, on here he put that it was fair. Like, he was like, I just said it was fair, so I guess he's still agreeing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to involve you. Yeah. You can be in the other room. I probably won't be, but I'm just saying, if she was able to see you in that light and to still be sexually stimulated, it may take 32 times for you to finally get there.
And what we can say about that is, for the man that is okay with that, knowing what we know about the men, just men around us, men we've dated, that does take a very high level of security. Yeah. Which is very appreciated, because it's solid. It's yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. You know you got a solid bitch. Right? And you don't think that dick is gonna sway her. Now, let me read this from Com, because a threesome should be pleasurable for all parties. Everyone should be comfortable with the situation. Understood. We were talking about adding the dick in it. Right. All right. So what me and Carl talked about with that situation, yes. But shout out to him for being responsible, or shout out to him for being understanding and giving her an opportunity to chance something else. So shout out for the men that deep down inside, maybe you won't tell us, but deep down inside, like, you know what, it might not be that bad. Let her go ahead and slide on some dick or whatever, because it's just dick. Now,
doing it like me. Right. In that case, just make sure you're doing it like you should be.
Make sure you're doing it what you're supposed to do. Make sure, okay.
Whenever she asks.
Yeah, you didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Me and Carm talked about this the other day. He had it on his story. Carm goes on these
pussy hole rants.
Not pussy hole rants.
Cause
yeah, okay. Carm goes on pussy hole rants.
Pussy hole.
But this one was like a advice giving rant. So but it was a snippet of it, and it was just like, okay, that women. This is a question for you, Micah. That women can't go without dick for a long time.
Bruh. Are you serious?
Bree's saying, Bree said it's not true. Okay, the question is, so what is a long time? Can't.
Yeah, what is a long time?
Well, because we had the conversation, so I was like, okay, well, I haven't had dick since October, and I feel like that's not a long time. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I said a long. He was like, he's thinking like 6. He's thinking like 6. He's saying like 6, 7 months. He probably couldn't do that, right? Now I've gone between I think the me and Manny break. I was on 7. And I was before Manny. After
we know somebody who's a year, King Bree. I mean, 8 months. Yes, 8 months.
But we're talking about most women. Maybe we're the exceptions, not the rule. So that's the point. I'm thinking about my friend circle, and honestly,
how many of us do it like that? Do it like that.
My friends be fucking.
Oh, I have a lot. Oh,
yeah, and what I thought about, I didn't even know
I got 10 close ones.
Want to fuck. Their person.
5 besties. 10 close.
She got a man, so duh.
I mean, it's half or whatever.
Oh, Carlin saying a year plus.
No one does that. Let's be real.
I could.
You could, but would you? I mean, this is not a challenge. This is real. This is realism, right?
But okay,
realistic, a year plus.
But the conversation was more because the conversation was based on the lines of
women being as men.
Because how? Okay, I'll give you the beginning of the conversation. It was basically that you're talking to somebody, and the premise of it is you could tell he doesn't want a relationship. It probably is just a fling thing or whatever, right? And it's kind of like, okay, but that's not what you want. But if this man's honest with you and tells you this, then maybe you'd be open to the fuck situation, even though you don't want it. Okay. Now, the issue is that, fine, I have morals and I don't want that to be the case. But because I can't do without dick, I'll probably end up giving in. I may get drunk. Because my thing was, honestly, drunk Leah does kind of want dick if I have dick that's set to get. Like, I don't have dick just waiting in the corner, so drunk Leah goes to sleep. But if dick was down the street, I'd call the dick.
That you used to date. That used to be your nigga.
Right.
So then that shit takes it to a whole nother level.
But the point of it is, if I am saying to myself, sex. I'm saying the only dick I can get is from this nigga, and this nigga is not giving me what the fuck I want, then we're fucking ourselves tonight, and we're going to sleep.
Well, okay, so this is what I'll say. When he said, if a man were to be honest is the key word. And tell this girl, I don't want nothing from you. I don't want a relationship. I just want to have a good time. First of all, how many niggas play games to get pussy? No one is ever honest. So please, let's just be realistic about that scenario. That scenario is completely trash. Because I honestly feel like no man has ever come out. And I'm not going to say no man, let me dial it back. Let me say the majority of men have never come out and said what they honestly want from a woman, especially if it was just about sex. So my thing is, if you tell a girl, I would say 7 out of 10 will be like, no, I'm straight. I don't want to have sex with you. I want a relationship. I want to be, and that's 7 out of 10. So that means that leaves 3. That leaves 3 girls who may be willing to have sex with you, knowing the outcome is going to be trash.
Okay.
You feel me? That's what. That it.
That's it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the realism of that. Okay, cool. Women going a long time without sex. I would say the most any woman has gone, even when she was not doing that whole celibacy thing. Because I talked to a few girls who purposely didn't do it because they kept getting trash ass niggas.
Malcolm said them 3 ugly though.
And you know what? Shit, whatever they look like, it's only 3 of them. Okay, how many niggas you know?
But you know what? I would say that doesn't work in their favor because the 3 ugly ones are the ones that are down. Oh yeah,
that's
right,
what I'm saying.
Okay, I was
it's only 3 who. Mm-hmm. It's only 3 out of 7, and he put if they cute or not. I heard pretty hoes get off, but whatever. So my thing is, so stop discriminating, okay? But 7 out of 10 women, 7 of them would be like, no, you know what? I'm good. 3 of them would be like, okay. Okay, fine, shit. I ain't had sex in 9 months. You'll have that one, you know, because boom. And I know people who purposely stop having sex with guys because they feel like, what is wrong with me? Why do I keep doing these things with these niggas so quick? Why do I keep fucking these niggas so quick? What is wrong with me? Or I'm so sick of these niggas who keep using me. Like, women start going through stuff like that. So I feel like, you know what? At some point, there is somewhere where some women, I'm not going to say majority, I would say some women have probably gone a year and some change without it because of all the emotional stuff tied to it. And it's baggage. Because I know at least 4 who've done what I said in a different way.
So what he said in that too, because I was talking about my Tampa confusion. That's what I call him now, Tampa confusion. So I was talking about Tampa confusion, and the quick summary of that is that somebody that I was talking to, they just keep being weird with their time. Like, I tried to cut them off a couple times and it worked, and then I got drunk one time and I called them, and they've been talking to me ever since. And I do like the guy, but I just don't want to play the games. And then my thing is like, why won't he just fucking go away? Because, and then he comes in town and we don't even see each other. So you're not trying to fuck. So what are you doing?
Maybe trying to stay in good graces because you're really, really, really close with someone he knows and may want to rekindle with.
That was my
So
point.
if you ruin it,
that was my logic.
then you ruin it.
But what I tapped into was Terry, and our dear friend Terry said, niggas just don't want to lose none of their bitches. It don't matter. Like, you just don't want to lose one of his hoes. So he feels like I'm one of his hoes, and he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to lose one of his little bitty whores, and I probably really fall in the category because I'm short. So it's like, he just wants to keep me close.
Can't stand her, dog.
Whatever. He just wants to keep me close. So Carlum's thing was like, in that situation, he's inclined to agree with Terry. Niggas never want to lose one of their bitches regardless, even if it's not about pussy. But then my thing is, I just want it to make sense. You're not trying to fuck. You just want to stay in my good graces. For what?
Because he may actually like talking to you. He may actually enjoy your company whenever it's being had, either if it's actively had or not. He may potentially, like I said, I feel like he's in a space where he hasn't been single in some time. So he needs time to recalibrate and to think about, okay, this is what I need to put in for a relationship. I ain't ready for that shit. But I fought with her. So let me just be cool with her for the time being until my mind is mentally prepared to date again. Right. He has not dated for years.
So I gave that synopsis to Colin too. So like, I probably went in about 10 seconds of explaining. I was like, I think it could be this snaps. Like, me and Micah talked about it. I give him your take, I give him Tarsha's take. And Micah feels this way, Tarsha feels this way. Bruce said this, and then he was just like, sis, it don't matter. That's none of your business. It's not your job to decipher why the fuck he's doing whatever he's doing. The bottom line is he's not showing what you want to see. So fuck him.
So you don't need why.
Shout out to you. Yeah, she don't need the why.
We were trying to make sense of why.
Right, but because I was like, but still, I want the logical.
You want why?
Because I want it to make sense. If you were being a dick and then popping around because you're about to come in town, so you're trying to get some pussy, then I'm like, okay, he's trying to get some pussy. I get it. So maybe that makes sense. But you're not even trying to get some pussy. You just, hey, sweetie, you okay? Everything all right? What the fuck are you doing?
Well, how about if you take matters into your own hands, it won't matter why.
And that's what happened.
So,
but that's where the pre-conversation came up, and then from that, that's where it came into. Because I said to him, I was like, okay, if he said to me, he doesn't want a relationship, he just wants like some type of fuck thing or something. I was like, I mean, I don't know, I've never been just a fuck thing, but maybe I'd be more inclined if I just understand that he's the last person I had sex with. I'd probably feel comfortable, and then that's where it led into. That always ends up happening because women have a hard time going long without sex. And then honestly, I don't have beef with him. So it's like, well, you probably would be comfortable fucking him since so that.
But so I got some stipulations to that.
Okay.
Once you put an X on somebody that keep trying you, you're not going to want to do it with them.
Shout out to Carm. Carm said, I'm not chicken back, I'm shrimp. Chicken back is just supposed to be the cheap part of the meat, whatever.
Oh.
You're trying to say
shrimp. A delicacy.
I'm up here, yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Carm.
But I'm saying, I know how to not have sex with a nigga who I know don't deserve it. It's a difference. Having sex with somebody in general and having sex with somebody I banned from my vagina because this nigga is just trash, I don't have a hard time with not doing that. I've done it a couple of times. You know what? No, not you. Because you keep thinking shit sweet and I got to show you in another way that it's not. So yes, I think it's stipulations to it. I feel like the last person that I did it with may or may not have a a role to play in this, but in all actuality, if I ban this nigga for a reason, I don't fall back easily. It's not easy for me to slip back into some shit just because I want to have sex.
No.
I mean, no. I will go to previous people before I go to the last person.
Because you was trying.
So I may not add on something new. Yes, I may backtrack, but I'm definitely okay with not doing it with anyone. And if no one's available when I really want it, I still won't go to this trash ass nigga because I already banned him.
Because I'm upset with you.
Yeah, you don't deserve it. You feel me? So once you don't, I feel like our list of not deserving, I would hope to think it's high. I feel like we like to put our foot down, especially when it comes to that. So maybe the numbers may be different with that. But like I said, if you change up the game when it comes to this one because you just don't know why, stop responding.
Well, no,
you know what I'm saying?
For this one, I gave you that for the premise of where the whole women needed to.
Right.
With this particular situation, I've made up my mind that for me, I need to understand where I stand. I'm the emotional type. So we got Malcolm. Malcolm's thing was women tie a lot of emotion to sex. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't mind my girl having sex with another dude. But most women don't know how to just have sex. They know how to make love. And honestly, Carmen feels the same way too. Carmen said the same thing. But
even if it's somebody y'all randomly vetted, like this is not someone that I had a side conversation
but so
with.
That means me and my nigga gotta agree that I can fuck him. Cause
yes, like you go on you go on an app together. Me and I show a page this show a while ago. It's called Threesome.
Wow,
it was really? A couple. It was bomb. It was so bomb.
Triple
play. So I sent it to her. I was like, look at this. Would you look at this shit? And basically, a couple saw a girl on an app, and it was like, oh, she looks beautiful. She works out. She likes the things that we like. She was like, honey, do you like her? He was like, yeah, I mean, she's pretty. I like her. And she's like, I like her. I like her body, blah, blah, blah. But they met her for one date for like 30 minutes, and they went back to their house and smashed. The girl went home, and they talked about how fun it was. Mind you, if men can get comfortable with that idea, we just gonna see how this nigga's vibe. We don't want no lame ass nigga. We want to pick up on energies. This is why we're meeting before it happens.
But they smashed in that situation. In this situation, it would just be me smashing. So wouldn't it just matter how I feel?
Only because you said threesome, that's why I went back to that.
Sorry.
That's the only reason. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, for
only because you said that.
But for Malcolm and Carmen feel the same way when it comes to Rod _handle my business says I may please Tampa Confusion. I may please him mentally.
No, they don't talk long enough for that no more.
Yeah, what you said.
It was 5 minutes and we done.
I don't know.
They used to though.
But he's one of those guys where he feels like he knows everything he needs to know about somebody in this amount of time. So for him to be doing this, that means he's made up in his mind that this is why he's here. He feels like I'm okay. Like I've made the cut, right? Whatever the fuck he deciphers. If he didn't feel that way, he wouldn't still be fucking with me. And I know that about him for sure.
True.
So fine. He just may be piss poor at everything else.
You good in his book.
Yeah, I'm good in his book.
He needs.
Right. So that's all he needs to know. So I get you, but no, but maybe whatever. For the thing, what Malcolm and Carmen's point was, yeah, it's like they tie us just having all these extra emotions to why we won't be able to just fuck some guy and whatever. Yeah. Now, to be fair, guys, I am said girl. I can't fuck. Me and Carmen talked about it. Demisexual. That means you have to have a strong emotional attachment to somebody before your pussy even work, right? And in your case, I'm guessing your penis is. I feel that way about my vagina. It's very difficult for me. I gotta really, really, really like you. Really like you. So this is why I feel like one night stands might be impossible, just because. I mean, maybe I at this point I don't know. I'd have to something would have to really happen. I don't know, but we need that strong attachment. But otherwise. True, they don't mean every single woman in the world, but they feel like the majority of us, which I feel like that's the case. But I feel like I know at least, I'd say 3 women.
That's what I'm saying.
Like in my close circle, I only got about 7 fucking friends. I feel like I got at least 3 that they could meet a nigga, hit it off that night, and fuck him and go about their business.
And not feel nothing.
And
that's
not
what I'm
feel
saying.
No ways about it.
Men make themselves sleep better at night feeling like that. Because that's what helps them.
So that's what helps them convince themselves that if she cheats on me, gotta leave this bitch because she loves this thing.
It's like
just fucking
it's
like
some type of and it could be like it's a socializing it's like socialization to believe that women are a certain way, and anything outside of that box cannot possibly
Women are all
work.
emotional. Women
Yeah.
are all sensitive.
But
Women all
if
cry
they
for
really
everything.
take time, yes, majority of us are. But if the fact that I can name 4 out
I
of
said
my
3.
I
And
can
we
name,
know the same.
I can name 4 out of my 10 that don't feel anything.
Omarion voice. I feel no way.
It's like
no way.
that's 40%, ain't it? That's pretty hot. You feel me? So I think what you want to think, man. But I want you to be realistic about people and realistic about life.
And
Different
what I
things
think
happen
guys
to
need
people and they
guys need to
change.
think of, for guys in our generation, right? We're millennials. For the millennials, you need to be very aware of the fact that, and I don't know if this started the generation before us or not, but I just recognize it in us. While it may not be you in particular, there's been so many instances of men making poor decisions with how they handle women. And this has made a lot of women toughen the fuck up in certain kind of ways. So it's kind of like you may feel like everyone cries and sits in circles and are depressed about you, but no, you fuck up. And some women really feel like if I got my pussy ate right now, I feel a lot better. And I know a nigga that's been dying to eat me out. So let's go let him drown. Let's go let him drown in the box. And she goes on about her day. So it's kind of like, essentially, man, it seems like it's y'all. If you really want the women to stay in the mental capacity that you think most of us are in, do better. Because honestly, some bitches do wise up.
Don't get too comfortable.
Yeah,
bro.
some bitches, and I think in that case, most women are wiser than you may think.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and they don't do the depressed, whatever. When it comes to me and being devastated, my go-to isn't go get my pussy ate, which seems like a better plan. That might be the move for 2020.
It's a headhunter in high school.
Yeah, but while that may not be my response still is to stop fucking with you because I've come to this whole self-awareness and you deserve this and you're better. As my friend Carlin would say, I am not chicken bok, I am shrimp. And shrimp is expensive and you can't just disrespect shrimp like that. So it could be that situation. Don't think that that's really the case. She probably could just fuck him because she's mad at you and go on by her business. And it may be just a meaningless fuck as much as yours was. I think that always ties back to the conversation we've had on multiple situations where it's just simple. Whatever you sign up for, stick to them rules. Shit, the same conversation in this podcast. Whatever the fuck your prenup was, whatever the fuck your understanding was. If our understanding is this, then do it, bitch. And if you fuck up,
that's it.
then I'm fucking.
That was on you though.
Hey. Pussy's out of here. Okay.
That was on you.
We got Malcolm question. Do you women on the show, me and Micah, or Paige and Bree, hello ladies. Do you Malcolm, that was Paige that said that. He said whoever said that has a nice voice, is Paige. Had a strong urge to have sex. Okay. I'm sorry. Do you women on the show have a strong urge to have sex with a specific dude while in a relationship? We don't.
Do you have a strong urge to have sex with another woman while you're in yours?
Yes, they do. That's the point. Most men do. They claim they see it and just feel like, damn, I want to fuck this girl. So
like they have, but my thing is self-control. I feel like women have been taught to use self-control in so many other avenues of our life. Sex is just one of those avenues. It's not that deep. Once you learn how to fucking control yourself, men have been just taught, go out there and sow your royal oats. You get out there and you get that out. You get that nut out. Like, get that energy going and release that masculinity. Let him run up and down the halls. Let him skip and jump and throw balls and break shit in the house because he's a boy. Like, self-control, niggas. Self-control.
And so, to answer your question, no. Because we had this. This is not a random question just because we had the question at the soiree. Like, I think Willie brought it up. It was just kind of like, okay, when y'all see a fine dude, y'all just feel like
different.
But that is what it is. Because we said when we see a fine ass dude, we don't automatically think we want to fuck him. We think whatever. But some women do. But when men see a fine woman, it's just like, I fucked the shit out of her.
True.
The father of my child. He told me, the first time I saw you, the first thing I said was, I would fuck the shit out of her little ass. Yeah. Men do think that. So no, women I can't even say some. It's kind of the same debatable thing.
Majority, bro.
Majority of women probably wouldn't just look at a man, have a strong urge to fuck some other guy. Now, I've had an instance before. I had just broken up with daughter's dad, and I did want to fuck somebody, and all I could think about was one ex that I had. I remember that. So I was like, God damn. But it's one of those situations where, for me, I still felt like it was cheating, but it's a strong urge because I wasn't with that person anymore, and who I would have been typically fucking. I didn't want to fuck him.
But that don't even count because you dumped him. It was done. You had a strong urge to smash somebody after a breakup, which is normal to me. It's emotional. It's
that was weird for me because I never feel that way.
But
I was impressed.
You, Leah, never feel that way. But a lot of women, remember what happened on multiple shows? They just go to fucking random niggas. It's just you're trying to get this emotional distress and trying to feel better. And they think sex will make them feel better. So that's a natural response to a lot of breakups. So for you, yes, new.
For women, though?
Yes, bro. Like, it's a whole thing. You're so hurt.
Not a whole thing.
Do you know how many? Okay, out of my 10, I'm going to go back to my 10. Out of my 10.
10 friends.
10 friends. And this is not everybody went on a whole street, fuck 3 niggas in one night. No. This is.
Let's do it. Let's get weird.
Yeah. It's the moment they had a breakup, they had sex with someone. The moment they had a breakup, 2-3 days later, they had sex with somebody else. So my thing is, most of them niggas was somebody they used to deal with, or they ex, or some guy they've been talking to for a long time, just on some friend shit, like it just happened. So like I said, no, I don't think it's the first initial response, but for breakups and sex in general, what did the nigga off of Insecure do? He got chlamydia and went to a club, and
Lawrence,
because he got cheated on and was emotionally in a messed up place. He said, F Issa, I'm about to go get my rocks off, and I'm about to have a threesome on this breakup because I'm hurt. So boom, he started doing shit he wouldn't normally do, and that was a man. And it could have been a TV show, but men who emote and were sensitive like Lawrence are different. Yeah,
because I knew of quite a few men who just understood. So I do think that that shit thoroughly applies. They didn't just pull that shit out the air.
No.
So I get what you're saying. I can definitely see how that would happen for a woman. Well, how many days did you say?
A couple of days.
Yeah, I can see that.
A couple of days.
I'm stressed out about leaving this nigga or this nigga leaving me. Let's go drink.
Depending on what it is. Like angry people who break up. This nigga tried me, man. Fuck that nigga, blah, blah, blah. I'm finna go off and have a good time, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know a few angry breakups because he was the one who fucked up and you decide, you know what? This shit is over with. You keep trying me, blah, blah, blah. Now you got ammunition to prove. All right, okay, cool. You want to do that? You want to try me, blah, blah, blah. I'm finna go out. I'm finna do my thing. And you go out and do your thing, and it may be somebody you with before, or maybe somebody new. I mean, the first time she ever had a one-night stand. Like, I feel like shit happens like that when emotions are so high, and you're just so over a situation that you feel like should not have ended the way that it ended. When people die, people start showing their ass. This is a trauma, if you will, in another way. People experience trauma differently. We don't know how much this person endured in this relationship, and they start doing things out of the ordinary.
Mark says, first Mark put looking eyes, and then Mark says City Girl Summer. So, okay, then we'll end this one on this. We'll end this on this. I saw a meme. It said, how they act when they're single is how they are. And I agree, because I don't fuck random niggas when I'm single.
How many single girls do that?
A lot of single girls fuck whoever they want to fuck.
No, I date whoever I want. I don't fuck everybody.
A lot of single girls, that doesn't count you.
I know, but I'm just telling you.
Friends who single whoever they want to fuck.
Single girls get such a bad rap.
No, but it didn't say girls. It said whoever they are when they're single is who they are.
So men and women.
It could have included men as well.
Oh,
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I agree as well, though. And in my situation, yes, I was thinking of me, and it was like true. When a breakup happens, the memes you always see. It's like they do like a scale. When the breakup first happened, the woman's crying, she's traumatized. The nigga's living
3 months later, she's thriving. Businesses.
She's healing a little bit. He's thinking. And then the last one is this nigga crying, and this bitch is off in motherfucking. She in Trinidad at Carnival. I skin up. Right, but to me, That did kind of make sense. Prime example. We discussed this woman named April when we talked about Amari and we talked about Lil Fizz. April, I think the bitch is broken. I think she's stressed out. Excuse me, I think she's stressed out. Shit's been rough for her. But everybody like, man, April a ho-ho. She been a ho-ho, da-da-da. But she was single, and I get it. We can put Lil Fizz in it and all that. But if Fizz wasn't in there, this bitch still had a couple check marks on her thing because pussy slapping and all this shit she was doing. But it's like, okay, so in that case, April is case in point. I was the only one feeling bad for that bitch on that episode.
So my thing is, I don't think who you are when you're single is who you are in a relationship. I do think that
is who you are.
I just said that.
But you said relationship. They're not saying a relationship is irrelevant. The point is, if you're who they are,
who you are when you're single is who you are in a relationship. Who they are in general.
Period.
Definitely don't agree with that. So I'm a total different person when I'm single, and I'm a total different person when I'm in a relationship because I understand the bounds of commitment. So think about it. All right, so we going through our stages. Everybody is thinking about, all right, cool. Damn, I just got a relationship. It's usually me. And I'm like, oh.
Everybody on here, everybody's with you. No one agrees.
Because whatever, cool. So if I'm out here and I'm like, the first time I became single after a long time, Paige used to call me all the time. I know. Paige used to call me all the time. And Paige used to say, Micah, I can't wait until you find somebody you like. I can't wait till you finally like somebody. I can't, because you deserve a relationship. You deserve blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what, Paige? I lose interest really quickly right now. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't like nobody. I don't know why I don't like nobody. And one of the main reasons was I actually had a really good time single because I didn't let it.
No, you said you didn't like nobody. I'm saying they suck. That's why you didn't like them.
But you know what? It was a number of things, but them sucking was definitely one of them. Mm-hmm. But also just tired of wasting my time. Like, I want to meet a quality guy that I can feel like I can move forward with. And I have not been meeting quality, but dating is fun. So my thing is, while I'm out meeting new people, because I'm social, what am I supposed to do? I'm social. When it comes to respecting a commitment, a single woman doesn't have to commit to anything but herself. So if I'm respecting something, I'm respecting me and making sure I'm not blurring these lines of obligation.
So I get you. Why I agree with the statement was I didn't take it as who you're fucking or whatever. No, with whoever you are when you're single or whatever. I took it as just your response. And what I pictured was for people who get single and then all of a sudden they make very impulse decisions. Now, I know bitches that do that because they're upset at this point. We went to a party and saw a bitch that used to go with the nigga I was with go on stage and do a twerk contest for a bottle of Hennessy and lost. And it was hilarious. But
she did lose.
But she never did that. Trash. But she never did this while she was with him, and she's doing this type of shit now. And in my opinion, she was always a hoe, and she's just showing her hoish ways now. So I took it in that type of way. I get what you mean by if you're single, you can fuck whomever you want. Now my thing is, you can always fuck whomever you want. Right? Because and my thing is, I feel like you're always gonna fuck whoever you want. So that wouldn't count. It wouldn't count in that regard of, oh my gosh, you a hoe now because you're out here fucking niggas. Because truth be told, if you out here fucking 6 niggas and you fucking these niggas and going about your business, then it is what it is. If you out here, yes, I fucked that nigga and I fucked that nigga, pussy slap, titty grab, pussy slap. If you never did that in your relationship and you're doing that type of shit now, that makes you look crazy as fuck. So I think, but that's what I'm saying. That's to me what that post meant. Okay. If you get in that type of mode, you do it, who you fuck is your business. Now, how you plan on just demonstrating that? If you were great to all the ladies in the place with style and grace while you was with a nigga, and now you're single and I'm twerking contest and all that, I kind of feel like it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It may just mean that's and truth be told, maybe this is the way they respond to anger and heartbreak and all that.
And trauma and being single finally after 12,000 years or whatever the case is. Like,
true, but I feel like the person who probably made that is probably coming from the same fucking angle I come from. When I break up or end a situation, I need a moment. Like, I need some time. And it doesn't mean bitches who don't need a moment are fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. Bitches. Like,
at the same time, I kind of just feel like if you were demonstrating this and now you're demonstrating that, maybe it's what it is you want to show. If you are your man and you're a faithful, logical, well-mannered, whatever, and then now but you're not with Tom, it's you literally seem like somebody else.
But think about how that sounds, Leah. Yes. I actually like being in a relationship with this man, and I actually know how to respect him and not twerk for contests and not throw my pussy everywhere it wants to go. Because you know what? I actually like Tom, and we're in a good relationship. I don't want to embarrass him. I know how these things come off. When I get single, first of all, why is anybody judging me about anything this pussy does? Because it belongs to no one.
That's exactly what April says, and y'all felt like she was a hoe.
But my thing is, I never said she was a hoe. I thought she was. I think she was acting the fuck out. I felt like she was drunk. I never said she was a hoe. I never said that. I said April is a joke for doing what she did because she's like a fucking duck. She looks like an idiot.
But Micah, you're contradicting. Because,
I'm not contradicting, Leah. A hoe and being ridiculous right now.
Okay, so maybe she's being ridiculous.
She's acting out the trauma. Okay, cool. Cool.
That's the point. You just said that. So maybe she's having a hard time dealing with this nigga leaving her.
But that does not make her a hoe. That makes her acting out of trauma.
But the point is,
and that I don't agree with.
The point is you didn't like how she was responding. And
exactly.
Okay, but the point is you felt negatively about her. And but you had nothing positive to say about this bitch.
Of course not.
Okay, so that's the point. She looks fucked up. And she could be going through something. So if if she's going through trauma, the bottom line is she seems crazy because she seems out of character or she seems a negative light, bad connotation.
Right.
That's our shit. Bad connotation for April because April's having a hard time. Oh, no. Right. April's showing the fuck out. But this could literally be this bitch's response to her baby daddy not want to be with her. And mind you, we did agree. Who knows what the fuck April been doing? Maybe April showed up. But we don't know. All we know is what we see. And what we see is they were together. He left her. Now April slapping her pussy on Instagram. And the bottom line was, that shit wild. She out of control. It's crazy. She acting out. She not a hoe. Right. She acting out. That's wild. That's a character. That's crazy. That's not a good look. But this is her response to trauma. And if we're defending that shit, then we got to defend it. So it's kind of like, maybe that's her response to trauma. But truth be told, this could be that person's point with this little fucking meme they had.
But it's single. Who you are when you're single is who you are in general. You said you didn't even base it off of how many people you had sex with. And you said I'm not basing that off of how many dicks the girl has had or how much pussy the nigga has fell in. You're basing it off of what they would do as far as you named a concert. I mean, you named a contest.
Yeah.
They got on stage, shook their ass.
But I also said let's say she did fuck 6 niggas. It just depends on her response to that. And I was thinking about April when I said it because it could be you could have fucked 6 niggas and that's your fucking business.
Right.
Instead of game off this pussy.
But wait, but like I said,
like that.
But like I said,
my pussy don't like that.
At the end of the day,
no. Micah,
who you are when you're single is not who you are when you're in a relationship. And I feel like if you are not basing it off of sex, that was a contest that she did.
I based it off demeanor. That was it. But that's how I thought in my mind, and I feel like I agree.
Demeanor. So that demeanor. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to get to the basis of is what demeanor. And you said not good or bad.
But polar opposites is what my
So I'm wild when I'm not in a relationship. I'm not fucking. I'm just wild. I'm just out here
I just said polar opposite. So my thing is, I said a few times, if you're epitome of style and grace and all this because you're with them, and then when you're not, it is what it is. I just kind of feel like, and mind you, I'm going based off me. And I'm the same bitch, single or not. So yes.
Demeanor.
And to be fair.
Behavior.
And it's an opinion, so it is what it is.
True.
And I carry myself the same way with a nigga or not. I don't fuck, you know what I mean? But true, I have the option to, and this is why I said it's not fair to say it's based off if a bitch does fuck 7 niggas. Today.
That's nothing to do with being single.
That's her
and
fucking
who you are.
business.
Yeah,
but to be told, it's kind of like me.
That's what fucking though.
Okay,
that's not what
you go with the chair. This chair, right? You in this chair together, and we're the three of us are your friends. Me, Paige, and Bria are your friends, and we know you as going with this nigga, and you act a certain kind of way. And now that you're single, you're a polar opposite of that. Now I'm sorry,
but we know you.
But we know you that way. And now we know you as pussy slapping ass, whatever. You sucking on face. We don't know you that way. You seem like a polar opposite.
You've known me for 10 years, and I've always been with this nigga. And then all of a sudden, me and this nigga are not together. I'm a total opposite way. Sure. But you've only known me 10 years of that. Why isn't that normal, and what the fuck I'm doing abnormal? Like, that's not who I am. That's some abnormality. Because this is not who the fuck you are. So who are you? Fine. Bitch, you are having a breakdown. Y'all would definitely say that to me, and we would say that to y'all.
Give me a hug, kumbaya, my
Every
word.
time you in a relationship, you're this way. And the moment this happens, bitch, do you need therapy?
Do you need a hug?
Let's talk about it. Because you acting out. Yeah. If you started acting out, and we already know small things that you would do to act out. I asked you the other day, are you straight? What the F is going on? Because I thought a different response was going to fly out of that mouth. But it didn't. You're like, you know what, Micah? I'm sick of this shit. I'm over it. Fuck y'all and fuck everything else. This is how I'm choosing because I'm happier. And I was like, literally. So that's what I'm saying. The normality of being in a relationship based on how long this person is always in a relationship. The flip has to be psychosis.
Well, how I saw it, I get you, because that point was perfect. You was a nigga for 10 years. Y'all know me to be this way, and then now I'm okay and I'm doing this and that.
That's not
but
you.
I don't think I didn't take it that way, because obviously
true. I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying?
Demeanor and behavior.
And I think it would be if you're just doing like maybe just things that are just wild out of character, or even things that maybe you know it'd be better. Things that you get judged by, right? Remember, don't do anything you'd be ashamed about. Now, mind you,
it's mainly sex, though.
Yeah, it'd be probably niggas. Because let's be fair. Let's just say I used to always wash all my dishes, and now I'm not washing dishes. That seems like a cry for help. I'm sensitive. Right. Someone wants to hug me. Yeah. Someone's gonna come wash my fucking dishes because I haven't been doing it. Right. But if I'm always loyal Leah, it works. Mm-hmm. You know, and then. My nigga, I done love this nigga, and now, you know, pussy patting, I cannot hit it again. It's too much.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now, I do think close friends, like in April's case, they know April enough. Fizz ain't left for yet. So, clearly, he knows, he understands enough. She can't
possibly be really popping it out here. Yeah. She just bragging on niggas who want to fuck her.
She says she fucked on these things. But I get the point.
I thought she was going on. He want to do this to me, and he want to do that to me, and he trying to do this to me. I thought she was bragging on her shit.
I finally saw the video, and she did, and then at one point it sounds like she was saying, yeah, you know, I fucked the game, and I fucked it up, but so what?
Oh.
But the gist of it was that, I think, but she was definitely drunk when she got the full rant.
Drunk man tell no lies.
Yeah, that's what they say. So, yeah, but I agree. I agree with that, and I get it. And knowing what we know about people and human nature, people just respond differently. Some people do need to just, my mother, let me tell you what the fuck she said to me. So, sorry, breathe. Pat her back, Paige. Hit her neck. Look, spoon. Spoon, my God. Oh, no.
I'm not spooning. No spoon.
My mom was like, 14. She just kind of said it out of something. She was like, best way to get over a man is get under another. And I turned.
I told you. That's what got the girl on the game messed up.
Fucking lady, like, what are you doing?
Tia was on the game, and her and Derwin broke up. She went to slaying that thing. It was like, sis, you gotta relax. And she was in med school, one man all day. All of a sudden, you think this is what you need? Multiple penises to confuse you and further drive you into emotional distress? Because she was stressed out. She lost her opportunity to be in med school. Fuck around with so many niggas. Bitch, that's not you. Cut it out. You crying for help. So my thing is, we have to look at the normality of what happens with women when things happen. If we just single, yeah, I'm single. But look at me when I'm not in a relationship.
So you know what I think? I can sum it up. I feel it. I just got it. Here's what I think. I think that post is probably made by a man,
or like they usually are.
or a woman like myself. And it's because we are still in the percentage of what niggas think we're all like, right?
True.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Where they're gonna be sad and they're gonna cry for 7 days and 7 nights.
They only need one for the rest of their life.
We can just
they
do
only
one
want
or whatever.
one.
Right.
And they're okay.
So I think it was either way made by a man or it's made by a woman like myself who does these type of things. And then obviously a woman like me agrees because one of us made it. Or a man made it. And then in hindsight, it's kind of like, you know, that's a valid point. Because when men... Well, this was to rebuttal yours, but it applies still. It's like when men break up, they don't wait. They automatically go and fuck 17 people. But we talk shit about that.
Or get a whole girlfriend because they can't be alone.
Yes, but we
can be alone though.
But we talk shit about that because as soon as they get out of a situation, they jump into another
because
situation.
they the problem. Nigga, you need to heal. It's you. Clearly.
Let's just say it was Sally. Let's just say Sally was the problem.
She did it.
Let's just say Sally did. Lawrence
right,
and Issa.
Issa
did show
perfect.
The fuck out.
Lawrence
Issa
and Issa
showed out, and Lawrence had a fuckuationship. And is that how you say that?
And led her on.
Poor
and ended up hurting her because he was just going with the fucking flow and going to a bitch family reunion the second week they was fucking. What the Lawrence?
Yes, that was very nigga like.
How dumb of you to do that?
Yeah, very male like.
Why you mean her whole
But that's the point. Men do that and we talk shit about them. So this is how it applies to women. It's like when you get out of a relationship, give yourself a couple.
Definitely.
Give yourself some time.
But I say that's not our norm, Leah. That's the only thing. It's not our norm, but the bounce back, it feels better to do that. Your mama said get up under somebody
Marcus
else.
Simeon. Yo, my mother blew my mind. I said, Delia, who are you?
It happened for me. I don't think I would have been over that ex if I didn't move on so
Me
quickly.
too. I would have been on.
I had to get over and through to know that shit was a real thing.
I would have been in Hell's Gates, y'all. Had I not met my.
That's what I'm saying. And did we
We're
smash?
not together now, but praise.
Did we smash immediately? No, it wasn't about that. It was the fact that we
even. And you know what, guys? Truth be told, I asked him, "Why are you not touching me? Hug me or something?" And then once I flipped the switch.
That's what I'm saying. Crazy. You saw what we did. We did something different that we usually don't do, and it was helpful. Now, in your situation, we got Mia. Thank you. We love you so much. But and it's just in general, I just feel like for more severe cases, maybe it does take somebody else to get you through. But in other cases where people can, like, you know, all right, I can accept what's happening. Most of us accept it, move on. I need to be around my friends all the time. I mean, Paige, she had a breakup. She need to be around us all the time. She didn't want to be around no male energy. She was like, I don't want.
What do you do with like TJ and TJ?
Oh yeah, they're the acceptance.
Okay. She has guy best friends and they were okay.
Yeah, but like
best friends are men, so how did
she was like, what are you doing? Where are we going? Can we hang out? Like she needed to be around us all the time. So I don't know. I feel like it's different severity levels.
It's different severity levels. My breakup solution is I need a good amount of time to do the crying. When Mia was younger, I needed my friends over all the time because I didn't want my child to see me looking emotionally distraught. My logic was I never saw my mother do this. So I can never let my child see me do this. So these hoes had a whole rotation. It'd be Paige, it'd be Micah, it'd be Tarsha, it'd be Paige, it'd be Micah, it'd be Tarsha. Tarsha, yeah, and Tarsha used to fall asleep with her all the time. She had a key to my house. She lived very close, and that bitch was very tired back then. I think she got a little bit better now, but
it's that birth control.
Yeah, it's what kind of keeps her awake. But
she on that birth control heavy. Okay,
it was bad. So, yeah, I needed the time, and then after that, it's like let's just be with my friends because they do. They're a lot of my life. You know what I thought to sing for some reason, Micah? Christmas time is here. Okay, we're gonna stop this one because it needs to be finished. We love you guys so much. A snippet for the end of the year. It's officially
is it?
Yes, it is.
Whoa, it's 2020.
No, it's the last of the year. No, it's gonna stay right there. No, I'm gonna keep it in this one.
Y'all let me talk about that.
No, that's not it.
We talked for 24 hours.
We love you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please follow us at Let Us Say It For You on Instagram. Please follow us at Let Us Say It For You, just the you on Twitter. We are Let Us Say It For You on YouTube, and visit letassayitforyou.com. I'm paying for it. Go do something on there. And me and Nicole sponsors the hat. This is not a Let Us Say It For You hat. This hat I have on says Fit Bitch because that's me. I am she. But Micah's hat says Let Us Say It For You right now. So shout out to Let Us Say It For You hat. Buy a hat. Work it out. Thanks.
Come to Archie Point. It's on Friday.
Oh, come to Archie.
I don't know if she's gonna release this by Friday, but
You know, at this point, I might as well.
Archie Point.
You gotta get it out of the system. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. Appreciate you. Thank you. Bye. That's hilarious.
oh
Micah.
my!
We can make it 20.
It's the way that y'all